Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English Basics for Beginners. Auzu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Thus did we make their case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of Allah is true, and that there can be no doubt about the hour of judgment. Behold, they dispute amongst themselves as to their affair. Some said, construct a building over them. Their Lord knows best about them. Those who prevailed over their affairs said, let us surely build a place of worship over them. So let's remind ourselves what had happened in the previous slide. Right. So when they woke up, they said, now they became hungry, right? So they said, such being their state, we raised them up from sleep that they might question each other. Said one of them, how long have you stayed here? They said, we have stayed perhaps a day or part of a day. They did not know they were sleeping for 300 years. Right? At length they all said, Allah alone knows best how long you have stayed here. Now send you then one of you with this money of yours to the town. Let him find out which is the best food to be had, and bring some to you, that you may satisfy your hunger therewith, and let him behave with care and courtesy, and let him not inform anyone about you. For if they should come upon you, they would stone you or force you to return to their cult, and in that case you would never attain prosperity. Right? So then this guy went to the town, and when he went to the town to buy the food, then the entire story became available. Because what had happened? When they went to the town, then the money that they took with them was ancient money. No one in town recognized it. And the clothes that they were wearing was ancient clothes. And these youngsters didn't know what was going on. Then one of the shopkeepers looked at the coin and he said, but this coin, that emperor's face that's on this coin, that emperor lived 300 years ago. Where did you all get this money from? So the youth were in a state of shock. So then they called the elders of the community, they called everybody, and the youth were getting very scared. What the youth did not know is that over the 300 years, the entire society had changed. First, it was polytheistic or shirk. They were worshipping other gods besides Allah. But now it had become a community of believers. So now they were safe. So when the town elders and the priests and so on came to know of the story of these youth, they say, no, but these are saints, because this is an amazing story. And then they verified. So all the town elders, and it was a great excitement, they all went to go look at the cave, and they went to go visit the kids at the cave. And they couldn't, they were in total amazement, and they saw that all of them got the same old clothes, and they couldn't believe their ears as to what happened. And they said, look, this is a great miracle. And then they started debating amongst themselves, the city council people, and then let's continue that. Thus did we make the case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of Allah is true. So now the people realized that these kids were sleeping for 300 years, they did not die. And that the promise of Allah is true, that guaranteed one day when you do die, Allah will bring you back to life again. And then in the same way, when we die, we will be brought back to life again. And then we will ask one another, how long did you stay on the planet Earth? And people will say, no, man, we just stayed there a day or half a day, maybe an hour. Similarly, the youth are saying the same thing. So the story of the youth is proof or evidence of the day of judgment. And it's proof or evidence of the hereafter. And it's proof or evidence that guaranteed God most merciful will bring everybody back to life again, and they will stand in front of him on the day of judgment, about which there is no doubt and which nobody can escape, right? So thus did we make the case known to the people, that they might know that the promise of Allah is true and that there can be no doubt about the hour of judgment. No doubt whatsoever. Behold, they dispute amongst themselves as to their affair. Some said, let's build a building over them. Their Lord knows best about them. Those who prevailed over their affair said, let us surely build a place of worship over them, right? So they want to build a temple, place of worship. Some said, let's build up a big, but they knew that something great and miraculous happened here. And they were absolutely baffled and in awe because the coins that they had was 300 years ago, but these youth were still young. They did not have white beards, they did not have white hair, they did not have arthritis. They were young teenagers, not one day older than when they went into the cave. And so they knew that the reality, when the Quran talks about the day of judgment, it is guaranteed, it is true. And when the Quran says that Allah will revive and recreate everybody after their death, this is true and it is a guarantee which nobody can escape. Even the atheists will be brought back to life, and even the atheists will stand in front of God. So it is an absolute guarantee that every single human being on the face of the earth, irrespective of race or religion or nationality or gender, whether Christian or Muslim or Buddhist or Scientologist or New Age or Old Age or monotheist, pantheist, polytheist, agnostic or atheist, every single human being, all the Hollywood stars, the red carpet celebrities, the musicians, the Bollywood stars, the FIFA World Cup champions, the Olympic gold medal champions, every president and prime minister and honorable member of parliament and senator and congressman, every single human being, including the mayors and the premiers and the local ward councillors, will all be revived, brought back to life, and they will stand in front of the supreme creator of the heavens and the earth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that is a guarantee which nobody can escape. Some say they were three, the dog being the fourth among them. Others say there were five, the dog being the sixth, doubtfully guessing at the unknown. Yet others say there were seven, the dog being the eighth. Say you, my Lord knows best their number. It is but few that know their real case. Enter not therefore into controversies concerning them, except on a matter that is clear, nor consult any of them about the affair of the sleepers. Look after yourself. May all that is good for you come to you in great abundance, barakah and blessings. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.